Hello and welcome to Data Vlog. In this Excel tutorial for beginners, I will show you how to create and format tables in Microsoft Excel. Before I proceed with this tutorial, it's my humble request, kindly subscribe to my channel to keep supporting me. To create a simple table in Excel, just go to Insert menu and click on Table. And you have this dialog box, Create Table. Where is the data for your table? For example, I want to create a blank table. For that, you can select any cell and hold your left click and drag across different columns and rows like this and release your left click. Now you have selected the rows and columns to create a table. When you check this My Table has headers, it will treat the first row as headers. Click on OK. Now it has created a table with 3 columns and 4 rows. By default, it assigns column 1, column 2, column 3 as column titles. You can rename these columns, serial number, name, salary. Just enter some data. So now I have filled this table with the data. Now when you click on any adjacent cell and start typing and enter any value, now it will treat as a new column for this table. Also, when you enter any value in the adjacent row as well, it will treat as a new row for this table. But if you type it far away from the table, then it won't treat it as a table. So whenever you want to add a new column to the table, you can just start typing next to the existing column. And whenever you want to add a new row to the table, you can just start typing in the new row just next to the existing table row. I'm going to delete this column and as well as this row. Let us go and see another example. I have this data here. It is patient's admission data. And we have different columns like hospital number, date of birth, admission type, number, admission date, discharge date, hospital, ward, consultant, and primary diagnosis. Now, if you want to turn this data into a table, just click on any cell and press Ctrl T. Ctrl T is the shortcut to create table in Excel. Now it has selected all the data and by default it has checked my table has header and click on OK. So now this data has turned into a table. Once you have created this table, you can see a separate tab in the ribbon, which is table design. When you click on this one, you can see a whole new set of formatting options available for this table. Here you can find different table styles like row colors, column colors, and header colors, etc. You can expand this one and you can select any style that you want. I'm selecting this green color. Under the table style options, you have different options like you can highlight the header row, turn on or off the header row of the table. Now it turned off the header row. Just check it again. And banded rows. If you enable this one, you can see it colors the rows alternatively. For that, you need to select another theme. Now you can see there are colors for every alternate row. If you uncheck, it will be gone. If you check it, you can see these alternate banded rows. When you check this one, you can get colors for alternate columns just like banded rows. And you can check this one to highlight the last column and you can check this one to highlight the first column. By default, when you create a table, you will see these filter options. You can uncheck it to disable filter option, but it is good to have filter options for a table. When the filter is on, you can do various types of sorting. For example, if you go and click on the filter option on a date column, you can see different options like sort oldest to newest, sort newest to oldest. Just click on newest to oldest and you can see the data from recent date. And click on oldest to newest, you can see the data from oldest date. When you go and click on filter on any numerical column, you can see sort smallest to largest or sort largest to smallest based on the value. Similarly, if you go and click on filter option on a text column, you can sort it from A to Z like this, or you can sort from Z to A like this. If the rows are colored, you can also sort by color, but right now it's not colored. These are just bands. The sort by color option is useful when you have conditional formatting going on so that you can sort based on the condition. Also, when you expand this filter, you can find different unique values present in this particular column. For example, in admission type, we have elective and non-elective. Similarly, When you go and click on primary diagnosis, you have these different types of diagnosis going on in this column. When you go to tools, you have different options like summarize with pivot table, remove duplicates, convert to range. We will look at the summarize with pivot table when we are in the pivot table tutorial. Click on any cell and press Ctrl A, and the table is selected, and you can click on remove duplicates. To delete the duplicate values, select one or more columns that contains duplicates. Let's unselect all and let's select only hospital number. 3 duplicate values found and removed, 77 unique values remain. Note that the counts may include empty cells, spaces, etc. Okay, this way you can delete duplicate rows based on certain columns. Control A and go to export. You can export this table as a SharePoint list. I don't have any SharePoint related software in my PC at the moment, so I can't show it you at the moment. Refresh option. For example, when you fetch this data from any existing file like a JSON file or an XML file or a CSV or from a database, when that source data has been updated, you can click on refresh so that you can see the latest data in the table. And finally, we have this insert slicer option. You can select, for example, I want to slice the data by primary diagnosis. So I'm selecting primary diagnosis and click on OK. And now you got this slicer. When you select any particular primary diagnosis, it filters the data and you can only see the data related to that particular diagnosis. Click on colon cancer, click on breast cancer, delivery pregnancy, fractured arm, acute bronchitis. If you want to select multiple filters at a time, you can check this option and start selecting as many filters as you can. You can click on the selected one to unselect it. This way you can slice your data or filter your data. Just click on this one and click delete, and you can go and expand this filter and click on select all. Okay, you can see all the data. By default, when you create a table, it will be given a name. To view all the tables present in an Excel workbook, you can expand this name box and have a look at all the tables present. Select table 2, this is table 2 that I have created, and select table 3, this is table 3 that I have created. You can rename this table just by typing new table. You can see the same new table here, which is an alias name for an existing table name called table 3. Now you can use this table name, call the table and as well as columns in the table. For example, I'm going to type a function if, and I'm going to call table 3 and open square bracket. You can see all the columns in this particular table. Select one column and press tab and close it. This way you can call the table and the column in that table. As you can see, it has selected this particular admission year column when I have called this table and column in the function. And the final option that I'm going to show you is, let's go back to our previous example. And here we have 5 different individuals and their salaries. And I want to see the total of the salary. For that, select this particular table and go to table design. And you can select on total row and it will create a total row. And click on this particular cell and you can change this parameter to different types of functions like average salary, what is the maximum salary, what is minimum, standard deviation, variation, etc. This way you can create a total row for your table. That's all folks. I hope you enjoyed this quick Excel tutorial. Kindly subscribe to Data Vlog for more Excel tutorials and I will catch you in another Excel tutorial. Thank you.